Yo, Toad, this is your boy Retro Quin, man. We are back up in this thing with a review and on feet of the Air Jordan 12 Texas. And y'all see I got both of them things over here, man. My 2013 pair, had to shake the dust off on real quick. And we got the 2025 pair. Both pair bust down shoulder action up top, man. But before we get into that review, we do have to get that clean on feet, man. So y'all go and check out that on feet, and then y'all come back so we can talk about these things, man. All right, man. So first and foremost, man, y'all see that, Jordan Brand hit us with that OG box from way back in the day, man. And if I ain't mistaken, I believe these came out in 1996, but y'all can see the difference, man. 2013 pair, that's when they were giving us like that all over black Jumpman box with the white Jumpman on the top. But we did go back to the OG style from when they was first releasing. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe these originally released in 1996, man. Y'all don't quote me on that, but I think they originally released in 1996, and then I think they retroed in 08 with the countdown pack with the Brady 11s, if I'm not mistaken. Either Brady 11s or Playoff 13, but I feel like it was Brady 11s. Y'all have to get me right in the comment section. But after that, they end up releasing the 2013 pair when they retroed again, in which that's what this pair is in hand. And we'll talk about that. And of course, as soon as I start talking, the wind will pick up, man. But that's what happened when you outside with it, man. I want to touch some grass today for y'all, man. But we're going to go ahead and get down, with the details and everything. We're going to start with the box. But official name for the sneaker is the Air Jordan 12 Retro. Official color is white, black, and taxi. Got these in a size 11.5. Style number is CT8013117. And they did come in at that wonderful price point of $215, man. $215. Yes, the price is creeping up higher and higher and higher. And I do have one unlaced already. This is the one that comes factory laced and everything. And the only reason I left this one laced so that y'all can see it and stuff is because a lot of people was kind of, complaining about the shape and, just all of that stuff, man. In which from what I was told, they was trying to get closer to that I guess that 96 pair, or at least like closer back to some of those OG pairs. And y'all know that's one of the things that Jordan Brand been doing lately with a lot of the sneakers and stuff, just trying to give us that OG shaping and everything, in which, I ain't really tripping on that, because like I always tell y'all, when it comes to like the shape, the color, like certain, small, like minor factory flaws and stuff like that, a lot of people be complaining about all that stuff. But I tell people, like, when you got them on feet and, you walking around moving and grooving and stuff like that, a lot of people, they ain't just sitting back, like staring like, yeah, boy, yeah, you see them over there. You see, even though he walking fast, I could tell them the one that had like, 3 stitches instead of 4. Like, people ain't doing all that, man. So like, just stop tripping about that. And of course, the shape is a little bit different, but honestly, now that I got them in hand, it ain't that bad, man. But this is one of the things that I did want to show y'all, because this is my 2013 pair. And originally I was gonna pass on the 2025 pair, because I was looking and I'm like, man, my 2013 pair still like, real crispy and stuff, man. Like this one of my all-time favorite sneakers. And I did have a double up on those, but I ended up selling one pair, so I figured I get the 2025 pair so that can, kind of be like a double up. And I could just have a fresh pair to rock. But the thing that I noticed was the tumbledness, though. Like I was getting ready to say earlier, But on the 2013 pair, they were very, very, very tumbled, man, and they stood out. Like the details of them really popped a lot. And you know, of course, we got like the different shape and all of that, but I just wanted to notate the tumbleness because I feel like that'll kind of be the first thing that a lot of people would notice when you got them on feet, as opposed to the 2025 pair. And you can see like we do have some tumbledness on this pair, but it's just not as tumbled as the 2013 pair. And, you know, y'all can see that with a side by side comparison. But that's really like the only thing that I wanted to, you know, actually show y'all. And I'll just leave that one back there for my backdrop, man. We outside. But you know, just getting into the whole details of the sneakers and stuff. You know, it ain't really nothing crazy. And I know a lot of people, they always wondering, like, you know, where's that taxi name coming from, or I guess like the taxi color. But looking like directly on the bottom where that carbon fiber plate is on the bottom of it, you can see that taxi color with that kind of like that chevron print going, you know, like all the way through the middle plate. So, and I know it's like a story behind it and stuff. I honestly can't remember the story of, you know, the actual taxi name other than like the plate on the bottom of the sneaker. But if y'all want to, you know, give me that information to refresh my memory, y'all can do so down below in the comment section, man. But yeah, that's really it when it comes to the bottom. Y'all know, like, you know, everything else, black pods, all of that stuff, man. And that's like the main thing where it kind of gives us that taxi in there. We do have that same taxi yellow coloring on the back, where you can see with the Jumpman, red Jumpman logo. We got the taxi square right there. We got the 2-3 right there. So that thing just popping. It look real good on feet, man. When you walk on the way, man, people looking at you from behind, bottom thing look good, man. But just leading right up to the upper of the sneaker, like, oh, you know, over here on the side panels and stuff, we do have that, like that plastic, I guess like tab or shard, whatever you want to call it. But you can see that plastic tab right here on the side with that Jumpman engraved in it. And I know a lot of times with the 12s and stuff, he may do different colors just to kind of make it stand out. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say like, what was it, like 2020 or 2023, somewhere around there was another pair of Jordans that during they look identical to the taxis. And the only thing, or the main thing that I seen different, they had this red tab right here that really popped out. And if I have a picture, I'll put it up here somewhere so that y'all can see which ones I'm talking about. But that was like one of the main differences. But for the most part, the entire sneaker looked exactly like the taxi. They just had that red tab right there. But that's what we got there. And then you can see like that reptile, like, you know, skin pattern right there off of like a snake or something like that. So that's always been a nice touch that they added to the 12s and stuff. And another thing that I did notice too, and which I don't know if it's because the 2013 pair is just older and I worn it a lot, but to me, I didn't really see where they stood out like the same. I feel like on the 2025 pair, you could see it, you know, kind of pop a lot more. But like I said, that could just be because the sneaker is new. I don't know. But just kind of going around, you know, looking at like the upper of the sneaker, you can see where it has like that split right here. That's always been something pretty cool. And then we do have that red Jumpman that kind of extends further onto the end of the toe of the sneaker too. So you can see that as well. And then we do have that 2-3 going through the laces. We have just a regular standard like thinner rope laces that he always does with the 12s. And then we do have that black Jumpman at the top there. But pretty much, you know, when it comes to like, you know, like just the overall aesthetics of the sneaker, we know what the 12s look like, man. And we know what the taxis look like, man. Like it just, man, the tax is always clean in my opinion, man. But we do have the gold eyelets at the top. I don't think these are, yeah, these, like, just from feeling them, they don't feel metal. It feel more so like a hard plastic, so to speak, but it's like a hard gold plastic. And that's what we got right there leading up to the eyelets and stuff. And then we do have the all black inside sock liner, you know, inside lining of the sneaker, all of that stuff black. So we don't have to worry about getting them things dirty, man. But like I said, that's really it when it comes to the sneaker. I'm gonna pull the insole out. So, you know, yeah, we don't have nothing different on. Real thin insole, man. Super thin, super thin. Y'all know how Jordan brand gonna come with it, but we do have the insole red Jumpman logo right there. And that's really it when it comes to the shoe for real. And for those that don't know, the Jordan 12, that was I think that was the first bootcut design, if I'm not mistaken. So we do have like, I guess like that inner what you want to call it, like where the tongue is. It's a certain name for it, but that inner part where the tongue is actually like kind of connected to the sneaker, so it gives you that extra layer of support, and it makes it fit a little bit more snug, even though the 12s are a little bit of a bigger style shoe in terms of like size and fitting and stuff like that. But you can still go true to size on these because, you know, for one, they do have that inner support that, you know, kind of locks it down and stuff like that and makes it feel real snug and stuff like that. And like putting the shoes on, walking around with them, you know, for a second on feet, all that type of stuff. I will say that they felt, because I have heard people complaining about like the fit of them and stuff and how they feel. To me, they did have that real snug feel, but I just kind of credit that to one, they're being brand new, and then two, it having that extra layer that, like I said, it just kind of grabs your foot and, you know, hold on to it real tight. But once you wear it over time, it's gonna definitely loosen up. So I would say still stick to your true size. If you want to, you can go a half size down just cause the 12s are a little bit on the like roomier side overall. But as far as like the sizes and stuff, I think when I checked on these around 3 o'clock on Saturday, cause you know, let's say I think it was like 3, 4, something like that, man. They still had like full size runs. It was still a lot of pairs sitting around and stuff like that. And I checked on like Foot Locker sneakers. If I'm not mistaken, sneakers still had a full size run. And I checked today on Foot Locker, I believe, either Foot Locker or Champs, and they still had pairs that went up to, I want to say it ranged from like either 7.5 or a 8 by 8.5, but they went all the way up to like a size 11. So at least I won't say like a full size run, cause like 11.5 to like, you know, on up, a lot of those sizes had already sold out. But I think it's one of those things where depending on the size that you wear, you should be able to, you know, get these. I'm gonna say even on to, I'll say like a couple weeks out maybe. But I don't think this would be a sneaker that's gonna sit around, you know, for a long time. Like I've been hearing people saying that they probably gonna end up going to outlets and stuff. Cut it. Like that ain't happening. Not with the Taxi 12s. And then with it being so many other sneakers and stuff coming out, like we still got Chicago 1 Lows getting ready to drop, Black Cat 4s getting ready to drop, Travis Scott's getting ready to drop. We got Gamma 11s dropping. I'm pretty sure I think I said Black Cat 4s. I don't know, but we still got so much more stuff that's getting ready to drop later on in the year, man. And it's like with the taxis, you know, like I always tell y'all, around this time of the year, so much stuff that's dropping. Rare Air 11s, they just dropped, but I know those are probably, if anything, those sit more so than any other sneaker. But when a lot of these sneakers coming out and stuff, you have to kind of cherry pick, you know, just kind of decide like, you know, what you want to, you know, pass on for the moment. And that, to me, I feel like that's some of the reason why the taxes are, you know, kind of lingering around. And then with so many people still having a 2013 pair, it really don't give you no reason to, you know, have to rush and get this 2025 pair. And if you miss it, because I was one that was saying the same thing, like if I end up, you know, not hitting on the 2025 pair, like I ain't really tripping because I still got my older pair and they still darn in pristine condition, man. So I mean that's really it. But if you want them, you know, definitely don't wait around too long, cause you know a shoe like this, man, it could, you can wake up in 2 days and it'll be gone, man. So if you want them, definitely go ahead and grab them things, man. And y'all be on the lookout for a lot of the other sneakers that's releasing before the end of the year. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I wanted to kind of just get outside, kind of get away from my studio and just, you know, just breathe, man. Smell some fresh air and do something a little different. And I can't remember if I told y'all earlier, but I did have like some vlog footage and stuff from me going to actually pick up the sneakers. But mall security, they came up, said that we couldn't do no recording and stuff. I think he told me that we could record inside the store, but we couldn't record once we get outside of the store, walk around and stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, I wanted to do like a full mall vlog, you know, just showing all of the different stores, all the different shoes and stuff that was around and stuff. But like I said, mall security said that we couldn't do that. So I might have to, you know, be a little more incognito when I'm out there in these streets, man, moving and grooving and stuff, man. But that's gonna do it for the video. If y'all enjoyed, like, I guess like an outside setting or just a different setting, y'all make sure that y'all drop a like on the video and let me know down below in the comment section. Also, let me know if you're gonna get these things, man, or if you did get them. Let me know if you passed on them. You shouldn't have took an L because they sitting around. If you took one of them hot sizzling L's, you just didn't put in the work, man. But that's going to do it for the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay positive and stay smiling. And without further ado, this is your boy, Retro Quin. I'm out.